So we're painting a plastic container. So I have here my little dog's, my dog's food container. And that doesn't sound really exciting, but I already gave it a coat of slick stick. We talk about this a lot. Whenever you're coating surfaces that are slick, like plastic, we use Dixie Belle's bonding primer called Slick Stick. So I already put a coat of that on, and I put a coat of white cap, Dixie Belle Silk, on the front. So I changed my mind about this a couple times, which is a woman's prerogative, so I'm told. I exercise it regularly, but if you were with me last week, I did some painting in my kitchen, and that's still ongoing. I got the countertops finished. I'm almost finished with the lower cabinets, and then I'm gonna finish doing the upper cabinets, which is not a big job. And I want to do the soffit up above. And Thursday's video, I also want to do restaging, or not so much staging or merchandising, but restyling shelves. So that is a good thing you can do for your bookshelves, and a lot of the same principles apply. But I'm just changing things around in my kitchen, and I'm tired of the way certain things look, so I'm just changing things around. So I want to show you how I restyled things. So I'm going to start painting, but I'm going to take this white cap. So since I painted all the way around with, I think you can see the difference between the front, which has a coat of white cap, and the side, which just has a coat of slick stick on it. So I'm going to finish coating those sides, and then we're going to add a stencil to the front. So like I said, I kind of changed my mind on this already, because I was going to use red, because I have a lot of red in the kitchen, and I'm getting rid of a lot of the red, so red pops are nice, but I don't know, I changed my mind. Whenever I first moved into my house a long time ago, I had a black and white checkerboard floor, and I loved it. Ended up, long story, had to change it, but now I like my wood plank floor as well. But I decided to kind of call up that black and white again, and we're going to be using Dixie Belle's Harlequin stencil, and putting a stencil on this container as well. And we might also decide to personalize it. Now, if you know me, I love florals, and I love Pioneer Woman. So, I was tempted to do some transfers or something like that on my dog's container, food container. But you know what? He's a boy, so I didn't think he wanted the flowers. So I thought the Harlequin would be perfect, because it'll just kind of satisfy us both, right? He probably doesn't care one way or the other as long as I feed him. So I kept the lid on here because I'm just gonna do that. But I like this container because it has a hinge, so I can just open up his food. His food's in here too. So that way we're not contaminating his food or anything. So I got that side done. Now I'm gonna flip it around. We'll get the back. Well, I sort of got that side done. Now that I turned it towards me, I see where I missed a little. So we're going to use Silk Anchor, which is a black color, and there's a fly in here, and do our Harlequin stencil. So probably be a short video tonight, but I'm glad you're here with me. So I don't know where you are, if your weather is really bad, but I guess, I'm here in Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, so we're going to be probably having some effects of the storm. Not as bad as they are other places, but they're calling for really crazy rainfall, like buckets. So I'm even, people are kind of really going nuts over this, and I maybe should heed their warning. I'm tempted to not open the store, but I think I'm going to go in and just leave if it gets bad. But then again, I get caught in the middle of it too. So I'm a little up in the air about it. So feel free to comment and let me know what you would do. All right. So now I have a coat of paint all over this. And I'm going to go back to the front, which should be dry by now. And we're going to tape our Harlequin stencil on. And see if we can get some diamonds in there. This is doing Harlequin the easy way. I have done Harlequin before, and expert on painting Harlequin, Tracy Belle. She's Tracy's Fancy, Dixie Belle brand ambassador. She does beautiful Harlequin work. So this is the easy way to achieve it, but she does it the hard way. Actually, though, she has a method that I've used, and it's really pretty easy. So I've seen people struggle with it, and I just want to show them Tracy's method. I really like it. Okay, so this is our front of our container, and it's dry. Somewhat. I think we'll be okay. I'm going to put this down a little bit. Sorry to do that in front of you. Oops. Hope that doesn't drop, but I just wanted to give a bigger image. So this is what we want. I'm going to look and see if we need to center it or anything. I'm just kind of going to use gravity here. Okay, I'm going to move that over here. That's pretty well centered. That way I can, well, I guess I can't put tape on it, can I? Let me see. I'll put that over the top, and maybe put a little tape on the top. But I'm not going to be able to put anything down on the bottom. Maybe I can actually tape it to the table, at least to help secure it. Okay, so I want this on the trying to make it so that it's just kind of even. Move it over just a little bit more. Oh, and I always talk to you about what's happening in my channel. So I'm super excited because we are only about 35 subscribers away from our 1,000. We also need watch time, about 1,000 hours of watch time, because YouTube requires that you have 4,000 hours of watch time in the past year before you can monetize. So we need that watch time as well. And if you feel like binging my channel, go for it. I'd love it. So so now we are using Anchor, and we're going to do this stencil. So it's going to be a little tricky because we can't tape it to the other side, but I'm just going to hold it down as best I can. Okay, and whenever you stencil, you want to get most of the paint off of the brush. So I am kind of dabbing most of it off. And I'm just going around these outside edges, trying to hold it down as best I can. And I'm just doing it real lightly. I may not even do the other sides of this. We'll see. Because really the front, I guess the front and one of the sides will show. I probably will, but probably won't be able to do it tonight just because of dry time. Now I think that shifted, but we're going to have to go with it now. We can always add another row in if we need to. So wherever you are, I hope you're safe as far as the weather and everything. Okay, so we also have the silk screen stencils, and those ones you can use a little more paint with. You can be a little more generous with the paint because they have that screen in there that you work the paint through. Whereas this is, you have to be a little more careful with and use a little less paint because you don't want the paint to seep underneath the stencil. So feel free to comment if you've ever stenciled before and what you've stenciled and what your success level was. Did it turn out really good? Not so good? Sort of good? My arm's breaking. Give it a rest there a second. Brief second. So I'm painting something really cool that's going to be up on Saturday's video. It's a dark and mysterious dresser, and it's part of another collaboration. So I'm excited about that. You're going to want to watch that and watch the other videos in the playlist. It's a small collaboration, but a collaboration nonetheless. And if you haven't seen the Ugly Duckling Challenge videos, oh, you need to watch those because they're pretty cool. Okay, so we went off the side and it was not even, so you know what? I think I'm just gonna, I don't want to do that top row. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this stencil off and let that go. And then come back later when it's dry and finish it. Because if I put the stencil on there now, it's probably going to mess up what I already have. But I would say that's a pretty good start. Wouldn't you? Okay, so it is off center. There's a hair. So it is off center. If you can see, like, there's a line here and a line here, just like in the container itself. So what I'll probably do is finish this off and just use the stencil and just can go around the sides and everything and just finish it off. So then my plan, like I said, I'm leaving the top just plain. That way, with us opening it all the time, there's going to be no worries. But what I thought I would do then is personalize it. So I have my stamps. You know what? I don't have my letter stamps here, though. As usual, I'll finish my project and then I'll post it for you to see. But I'll probably use stamps and then put his name in here. And even though I wanted to... I changed my mind from painting it red earlier. I'll probably use red to do the stamp with, to stamp his name. So I think that'll be pretty cool. So I know, like, I haven't been on very long at all, but it's going to be a short video tonight. So just the moral of the story, tonight's story, is you can paint on anything. You can paint on glass and you can paint on plastic. Just use Dixie Belle Slick Stick first. It's a bonding primer, and that will help your paint adhere. Okay? So keep in mind, again, Thursday we're going to be styling shelves, and that video comes on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are doing the step-by-step video, which is a collaboration, and it's a dark and mysterious piece. So it's really turning out really cool. So I hope you join me for that. And if you popped in tonight, thanks for watching. Check my Instagram page for the completed project. And that's at La Vintage Decor. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please do. 35 away from the 1,000, and watch away. We need the watch time. So thank you again for joining me tonight, and you have a great evening.